So if you haven't already, please share the live, and we're going to go in. I'm going to answer some questions. I'm going to have a good time with everybody, talk to you about life and the highest form of life. Most people are not living life. That's why they're aging. That's why they are tired. That's why, I haven't eaten in, I don't know, maybe 15 days, 16 days. I haven't eaten food in 15, 16 days. Yeah, I'm sitting here moving. Hold on, just going. I drank a little bit of espresso earlier, but I haven't drunk anything else besides this. It's a little bit more dehydrating, so I haven't drank anything like with hydration or calories. I feel great, feel fine, feel fantastic. Haven't eaten in 15 days, 16 days. Haven't drunk any water. You're supposed to be able to move and go and go and go. But if we attach ourselves to anything that's not life itself, then guess what? We end up dying. So yeah. Someone said no hands from Xander. Mike, I drink beer today. I won't do it tomorrow though. Do whatever you want, homie. No habla, oh, no habla. No habla español. Okay. Yeah, Cody said I drink beer today, I won't do it tomorrow. Do whatever you want, dude. Here's the thing, my friends. Life isn't about do's or don'ts, it's about flowing with yourself. And that's why I try to show you guys in my movements. I'm just flowing, I'm just feeling. And if you want to drink a beer, whatever, drink a beer. Hey, thanks for the T-Rex teddy bear thingy. I appreciate that. Or what was that? No, that was something else green. That was a ketupat. I don't know what that is, like a fruit or something like that, but yeah. But thank you so much for all these gifts. I appreciate you so much. But you have to flow with it. There's no resistance. Don't not drink a beer tomorrow. Just say like, I don't want a beer. Like, bring yourself to the point where you don't want it, and then you'll never have to resist. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys? Because if you don't convince yourself, if you don't come to the point where you don't want to do something, then you'll always be fighting yourself. And if you fight yourself, you're going to lose. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a lose-lose situation. So if you win against fighting yourself, you lose. And if you lose against fighting yourself, you lose. So you just want to come into agreement with yourself to like, I just don't want beer. Like, it's just not good for me. It's just not something that serves me, and I just don't want it in my life. So therefore, you never have a temptation or, I never have to tell myself, Mikey, don't drink beer. I just don't want it, so I just don't do it. So there's no fight. And it ends up saving a lot of energy, and that way I can use that energy to stay looking young and fresh. Homie's almost 40. But I don't look almost 40. There's no way. People sometimes will be like, oh, dude, you look like you're 60. I pray I look like this when I'm 60, man. That is great if I look like this when I'm 60, homie. But most people, when they see me out in public, are like, oh, dude, you're like 22 to 26 is what I usually get. Depends if I'm wearing my hat or not. Because my hair will sometimes give it away, But for the most part, people think I'm like 25, 26, maybe 28. But I'm like, no, I'm almost 40, dude. I'll be 36 in a few months. Life is good. But you have to make sure that you don't, see, here's another person right there. You look like you're 49. Exactly. I pray I look like this when I'm 50. I pray I look like this. If I look like this when I'm 50, dude, I won in life. I won. If I look like this when I'm 50, I have won, bro. I have hit the lottery, okay? Most people will blame it on genetics, but it's about what you keep in your mindset. Are you resisting yourself? Because if you ever fight yourself, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible to fight yourself. There's no purpose. It doesn't serve.
Bluetooth disconnected.
All right, no more. It's just us now. No more music. Just us. Let's just talk. It's terrible to fight yourself, man. You're just wasting energy. And guess what? That energy is taken out of your bank account for aging and staying youthful. So if you keep spending your energy resisting yourself, you're going to get old. You're going to look old. Ann says, that would be awesome. Well, if I look like this when I'm 49, 100%, like 50, for sure, dude. I would be like a beautiful, sexy 50-year-old. Like, that's gorgeous, man. And Sasha, if you would help me, I need a charger for this phone. Okay. But I might hop off and hop back on and stuff like that, so. Okay. Well, you guys let me know. What do y'all think? You think I should hop back on and hop back off? What do I do for work? Well, I approach everything philosophically, right? I know you're just asking me a question, guys. Who was that, Aaron? No, that was Rydoris. Ask me, what do I do for work? I bring people alive, man, that's it. My job is to breathe life into you and inspire you to live. Live in a higher way, live in a better way, live in a more successful way, live in a way that you enjoy. That's my job, that's my work. It's to inspire you, be like, oh man, he did it, I can do it. That's it. That's what I do. Cool, thumbs up. Rama, what's up? Let me know, guys, you think I should just end this live and go live again? Probably so. Alert more people. My daughter is 50 and looks 38. And how old are you? Your daughter's 50? That's beautiful, man. I'm glad that you have a daughter who made it that age. That is so beautiful. There's a lot of things in life that could have taken her out, or you, but you guys both made it this far. I'm very proud of you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your light with us, your energy, your love, your story, your family. You are loved, my friend. And life is about moving in that love. And when you're rigid and you have a routine, you're full of rigor mortis, a lot of R words, then you get stiff. You know, you got to be able to move. You got to be able to like, oh, man, this is the part I don't like because I think the microphone's going to go out now that I charge this. I hate when that happens.
Well, that means you can just restart the live.
No, when my microphone goes out, I can restart the live?
No, I'm saying restart the live. Plug it in and then restart the live.
No, I'm saying when I plug it in, my microphone goes out.
So what I'm saying,
My microphone turns off periodically whenever I charge my phone.
just over time.
Yeah, just it'll go off like 15 minutes there. After 15-minute mark, it'll like turn off or disconnect. Then I'll reconnect it, and like another 20 minutes later, it'll disconnect, or even 5 minutes. It's just randomly. I'm like, can I have like a forever charge or something like that on my phone, guys? Why didn't you put a shirt on? Because it suffocates your skin. You don't want a shirt. Shirts are horrible. Shirts and clothes. I don't even like wearing what I have on now. I have underwear, but you know, I'm blessed down there, so I don't want anything like, you know, surprising you. So it's horrible. Clothes are horrible for your skin. Shirts and everything like that, they suffocate your pores. Your pores breathe. And you gotta let them breathe. That's how you have the best. You see my skin's glowing? It's because I don't wear a shirt. But if you wear a shirt, your skin won't glow like that because it's suffocated. You have to let your skin breathe. You have to. It's so important. And who's that from? Lou? Lulu! Are they still using the extension?
Latest.
For what?
It's juicing.
Juicing? Can she use this?
Like switch it.
Could she use that? Is that possible? No, I'm asking, like, does it reach?
I don't know. She uses the black one for a reason. I'm not sure why.
Because it was available?
Yeah, I mean, I can bring it back down.
Sure, check, yeah. Thank you. Lulu says you're not going to surprise me. Yeah, if something falls out of the bottom of my pants, bro, it would definitely surprise you. And then it would surprise TikTok, and I would probably be on TikTok's most wanted list. So it would be better if nothing falls out and surprises anybody. You know, just because there are kids on here too. So yeah, don't need to see that. But I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we'll probably restart the live once we plug the phone in and do everything and get going. My battery's at probably 5% before my phone dies. So yeah. How's everyone doing today? How was your day today? Because your day is already gone, right? Like you've already lived your day. My day is 1 o'clock right now on a Sunday. 1 o'clock on a Sunday. You hear the kids out there actually playing. Kids are playing, mosquitoes are buzzing. But anyway, yeah, you want to be fluid. You have to be fluid. That's the only way to live because you're a bag of fluids. If you access life through any other way, you're going to be too rigid and you're going to pass. You're going to cease to exist. You have to be fluid in your methods, in the way that you approach life, in the way you're in life. You can't be rigid. Everyone always asks me, hey man, what's your routine? I have no routine. I don't wake up at the same time every single day. I don't do the same thing when I first wake up every single day. The only thing I do when I first wake up that I do every single day, except for some days that I take a break, maybe, so there's no routine, is just meditate. I meditate. The first thing I do before I step out of bed is I just think to myself and who I am and what's going on. That's it. Everything else could change. Sometimes I put water on my face. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I go outside and get some sun. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I put some headphones in and just meditate more. Sometimes I don't. Like there's no routine. And being in no routine keeps me aware. It keeps me young. It keeps me fresh. But the people who have a routine every single day. They're doing the same thing every single. That's not life, dude. There's no life in that. Like you can live that, and you can do it. There's nothing wrong with it. But there's no life. You're not going to become younger by doing that. You're not going to become like more fulfilled and filled with vigor. Yeah, by doing it. You just do it. It's like a brick. I think something that's awesome. Daisy said, amazing. Thank you so much, Daisy. I appreciate you. Amazing. The main thing I learned from scriptures are, don't be a brick. Be a living stone. Don't be just a block in society. Don't be a Lego. Be a stone. Be a boulder. Be a rock. They have different edges and they have different indentions and stuff like that. Be a living stone. I went and visited a temple like I think 4 days ago now. Is that when it was? Today's Sunday. I think I did it on, was it Monday? No, so it was like, 5-6 days ago. So, I visited this temple, Boa Bador, or something like that. Boar Bador is what it's called, something like that. And they were saying how at one point in time, in this giant, massive temple, the temple is huge, man. It is huge. It's a huge temple. Like you were to sit it above the land. You could see everything in a 360 scope all around you. It's a very beautiful temple. And one thing they said was like, eventually they painted the rocks so they wouldn't be damaged or chip or anything like that. And it turns out that paint ended up suffocating the rocks, and the rocks started deteriorating because even rocks and stone have to breathe. So the whole way we got on this topic was somebody's like, well, why don't you put a shirt on? Well, because my skin has to breathe. Man, if rocks have to breathe and trees have to breathe, my skin certainly has to breathe. It's not just through my breath. It's through everything that I do. Hey, Sash, what's up? Awesome, thank you. What time is it here? It is 1:12 in the afternoon. Lexi Love says, where are you guys now? Brazil? No, I have not been to South America I haven't been to Brazil in a year. I haven't been to South America in almost a year as well. I left South America in last October. I've been in Asia since October, so I'm currently in Indonesia, which is my 4th country here in Asia to be in. It's a very beautiful place, very cool. Different, beautiful, definitely different, I'll say that for sure. All right, guys. The lovely Sasha got the charger. So now I can plug this mic in, which is probably gonna go off now that I plug it in, and I can start the live over. I'll answer this one question before. Let me know if my microphone,
Already.
maybe share the live, maybe we can just stay on here. Give me a second, I'm gonna turn your phone charges faster when it's not on low power mode. So if you take it off of low power mode, it charges faster. That's what I heard at least, so yeah. Texas, I'm from Texas. Have I been to Thailand? No, I've never been to Thailand. And Thailand has an H in it. Beautiful human being, Shadow Angel, thank you so much. Daisy, thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me okay? Did my mic cut out? Let me know, please. Thank you for all the gifts. I love you so much. So, how to get rid of anxiety, right? Thank you, Lexi. I appreciate that. Daisy, thank you so much for the gifts. How to get rid of anxiety from Deepwater Ready Freddy. Cool name. Freddy. I like the name. Well, you don't get rid of anxiety, right? It's not like you have anxiety and you get rid of anxiety. You get rid of what's causing anxiety. Hey, cute. Something in your life is triggering anxiety, and that's what you get rid of. You don't get rid of the anxiety. The anxiety is just a response. The anxiety is just an effect of a cause. So how you deal with anxiety is by getting rid of the cause of anxiety. Cause that's the way you do it. Yeah. It's very easy. It's very easy to get rid of. It's not hard. It's very easy. And whenever you spend adequate amounts of time with yourself, you can identify it so easy that before anxiety ever comes, you can do your meditations, you can take your breaths, and you can be completely on a different pathway before it ever gets here. So if you see anxiety coming down this road, you can change your direction and start heading down this road. It's very easy. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. What if you have anxiety from dysregulated system from trauma? It's the same thing. It's no different. There's still a cause of the anxiety, right? All right? There's these fancy words and these fancy names and these fancy things and these fancy terminologies that makes it seem like it's a mountain. Oh my God, I have dysregulated trauma and from, right? No matter what the name is, there's still a cause. You know, you got to break it down to its smallest form. You don't eat an elephant whole, you eat it bite by bite. So you break it down, you find out where is this coming from and why? When did it get here? And what's going on? Why does it affect me like this? And spend time knowing yourself. And whenever you do, you can understand where this is coming from and why, and then you can get rid of it. You can appropriately fix your problem, fix your issue. You can change it. But as long as you keep saying it's dysregulated, but the trauma, that means you don't know it because it's just trauma, dysregulated. But whenever you know it, like, oh, my mom treated me bad when I was a kid. It wasn't her fault. She had a lot of pressure from my dad. My dad had a lot of pressure from work. My dad had a lot of pressure from his parents. My mom had a lot of pressure. So you see, it's just a family lineage thing, and now you just don't take it as a big, oh, they're just trying their best. Now it's not this dysregulated trauma. Now it's just like, my parents didn't have a good childhood. That's it. Now you forgive them. Now it's like, oh shit, I'm not stressed out anymore, anxious. So you gotta stop these terminologies. These doctors, I have nothing against doctors. Doctors are amazing people. Hey, some of the most beautiful people in the world are doctors. Some of the most honest, loving, caring people in the world are doctors. Now my thing is with the terminology. When you start using terminology, it makes it seem like it's this big, abstract thing that you can't deal with because now it's this and you have unregulated trauma. Now you can never fix it. But when you say, no, it's just childhood experiences that are still laden inside of me that I haven't dealt with, then you just go back in your memory and see like, well, now you're an adult and you have enough life experience, you can start painting the picture of why that situation happened, and now it can make sense to you. Because the only reason it's trauma is because it doesn't make sense. But the moment it makes sense, it blows away. It's like the monster under your bed. Like, oh my God, you're freaked out. But the moment you realize there is no monster under your bed because you understand monsters don't exist, at least those type of monsters, all your fears go away. It's the same thing. I think I'm afraid of being in public. That's cool, man. Awesome. I'm happy for you. I'm happy you want that. I feel like they are all lessons and we grow up and learn 100%. Everything is a lesson. Everything is a lesson. I like that. We have the waters person. We have River here. And River says, I really always come in here and love what you say. Can you join me in a full diaphragmatic breath? Sure, let's do it. Can you join me? Yeah, let's do it. Good stuff, man. That was great. Thank you, River. I appreciate it. Is it true fasting cures any disease? No, that's not true at all. It's not true. If you have radioactive isotopes in your environment that are decaying at a very fast rate and that are giving off particles that are sticking and deteriorating your bones, fasting is not going to stop that cancer. You have to get rid of what's the cause. That's the only way to get rid of cancer. And let me tell you what, the reason you have cancer or are experiencing cancer is not because you eat food, because that's a normal part of life, is to eat food. So that's why you never hear me recommend fasting. Fasting is so hard and detrimental. It's just like, oh my God, dude, no. I recommend the opposite. Eat, but find the cause of cancer for you. Lala says, I have overwhelming anxiety as a teacher, but I love my children so much. How to navigate them? You're not on my guide, are you? I don't think that you are, because if you are, this would be such an easy question to answer. You'd be like, oh yeah, I have this guide. I'm in his school. By the way, I do have a school, guys. If you guys want to join my school, it's called Life School. It's on my Discord community, and you can join. It's just $20 a month. If you have my guide, you get a free weekend there. So yeah. So I'd say come join my school, be a part of it. You're a teacher. I'm not really a teacher as much as I am a lighthouse. I just give information for you to do as you want to do. It's more like a Montessori type of school. Like here's some things to work with, build something, create something, you know? So if you have anxiety from your kids, that anxiety is coming multiple ways. From the way that you see it, and the way that you interpret, and the way that they see you, and the way that they interpret you. So you guys are both interpreting each other through your own paradigm, through your own perspective. So if you can change your brain and the way that you perceive, then how could anything annoy you or cause anxiety or cause stress? It's all through the lens, because most stress, unless it's physical stress, like physical trauma, like stress on the body, weight, a cut, an injury, doesn't exist. It's all in the mind. So you're battling with an imaginary monster. So the only way to win is to make the monster disappear and know that it doesn't exist. And whenever you do that, life becomes super easy. Guys, if you haven't already, please share this live. Please check out my website, linked in the bio. I have some material in there that you can get that's going to ease your life, make it better, make you stronger, and show you a higher life to live. I love you all. Bro thought, okay, man, there's a lot of questions coming in. Thank you, guys. I might have to stop. Yesterday, I had a stomach pain in this. These things are going. Oh my gosh. Me near J Tranquilo. Yeah, peace, man. Paz. Tranquilo. Yesterday, I had stomach pain in the streets, and I tried to breathe just like what you did. Breathing is going to help, because your body's made of oxygen, and your body uses oxygen to repair itself. Your body uses breath to repair itself. So breathing is going to help relax the pain. Breathing is almost a sedative. It can make you numb in certain times. But you have to find the source of the pain. Where's the pain at? Where did it come from? Did you eat something and your body's rejecting it? Because if you keep eating the thing that caused the pain, no amount of breathing is going to help you from it. Do I want kids? I have no desire for children. I think there's actually kids outside yelling. You probably hear them. Like, there's enough kids in the world. I think that these kids are beautiful, and there's enough kids, and I'll let those parents have those kids, and I'll appreciate their parenting skills. But for me, there's no desire. My desire is on life, and that's really all I want. Progress is a process. Cool. I like that little quote. Hwan Hair, I like your name, man. Says, I need some energy. I don't have no energy. I would ask you to reevaluate the way that you view life and the way that you speak, the words that you use and the terminologies that you choose. If you say, I have no energy, then you believe that. But it takes energy to type that, so you have some energy, or you wouldn't have been able to type it. My philosophy is that there are 3 things that keeps a person alive, and one of those things are energy. So if you don't have any energy, you're not alive. Dead things really don't have energy. They have energetic potential because they can still be eaten and another thing can use them as energy, but they themselves cannot use energy. Regeneration is the next thing. You have to be able to regenerate to live. If you can't regenerate into the next second, you die this second. And then consciousness. You got to be consciously aware to be able to get energy so you can continue to regenerate. So there's a trifecta happening. So if you say from your mouth, I have no energy, you believe that even though you do have energy. You have it. It's there. You're just choosing not to see it. Therefore, you're blind to the opportunities of gaining more of it. I would say open your eyes, my friend. You have plenty of energy. Use it. Use it. If you haven't already, make sure to share the live. Tap on the screen, give some heart, show some love. I love you guys. If you have a question, drop it down below. I will gladly answer it. And if you haven't already, join my school. I have a life school on my Discord community channel. You can come be a part of it, ask all the questions you want, and then grow in harmony and love with me. Also, get the life guide, the guide to life. Reverse your aging, have a bunch of energy, and find a new vigor, a new way to live. Life is about living, guys. So live. If you're not living, you're doing life wrong. You have a pretty smile. Thank you so much. What's your energy? What do you mean by that question? What's my energy? I get energy from a lot of different things, if that's what you mean. Like breathing gives me energy. If you don't breathe, you don't have any energy. I eat. If you don't eat, you don't have any energy. I drink. If you don't drink, you don't have any energy. Hey, thanks for the butterfly. You know, I get energy from the sun. Thank you for the hugs, Daisy. I love you so much. Happy Sunday to everybody. Ooh, Daisy sent a power hug. I like that. Thank you for answering my question. You're a nice person, bro. May God bless you. Thank you. Hey, I'm all about those blessings. It says blessed back there. Thank you so much. I hope you get better. If you have any questions or you're unable to find why the stomach pain happened, feel free to just reach out to me. I'm always here. I love you guys. Do you have energy from fasting? Well, I don't have energy from fasting. I have energy from optimizing my body and utilizing it. So everyone has energy. It's just how efficient is your body at using the energy that you have? So if you're always eating, you may not be as effective in using your energy because you eat one thing and you have to push out another thing and do all this other process. So your energy is just pushing stuff out. When you could just tone down on eating so much, or at least as many times, and then you give your body a chance to breathe and work through itself, and now you don't waste energy trying to push stuff out and hurry up because you just ate. But you can use the energy that you have efficiently. So fasting doesn't give me energy because one, I don't fast. But two, it's not that it gives you energy, it's that you can optimize the energy you already have. We'll leave it at that. You eyes is cute. That's cool, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Arca. Bro thinks he's some that common sense. That's nice, man. Thank you. How often do you eat and what do you eat? It's a great question. It's big. It's kind of loaded, okay? It's a loaded question. Because now it's going to sound like I fast. Because of the answer. I eat once. Not a day. Not a week. Not a year. But once every 22nd day. It's almost a month. Almost once a month. Once every like 3 weeks. I do that not because I'm fasting, but that's how long I can go before I get hungry. Like I could physically feel in my body, oh, I'm starting to deteriorate. So I only eat once every 22nd day. If I go beyond that, I'll start to like atrophy and get like too small and stuff like that. So you see me, I'm a pretty big guy, right? I got muscles and everything else. After about 22 days, I start to atrophy. I can feel it eating away at my body. I go ahead and eat. So once I do eat, I have a very special type of diet that I share in my guide. I wrote a whole guide on this. I have a meal plan and I have a guide on how to do all this stuff. How to like at least approach this lifestyle. Linked in my bio on my website. It's pretty cheap. It's not that expensive. It's cheaper than a year gym membership. It's cheaper than one personal training session from like a professional, and you get to keep this program for the rest of your life. It's more effective than any diet or plan you'll ever experience, because I teach you how to connect with yourself. That's all my goal is to help you connect with yourself. So once I do eat, I eat an assortment of different foods, ranging from the water to the air, the rainbow, and the alphabet. How can I get abs like you? Just do what I do, bro. From Noah, if you want abs like me or a body like mine, I'm going to tilt the camera so you can see it. Then do what I do. I don't do sit-ups, I can tell you that much. I don't do sit-ups, I don't do crunches, I don't do ab workouts. I haven't worked out in almost 5 years. Thank you so much for that gift. I'm not even flexing. If you want abs like I have, then just do what I do. I share it with you in the guide. I share it with you here on TikTok. I just did a whole routine, or whatever you want to say. I just did a whole movement session before I started talking. So just catch some of that stuff. It's in how you think. How you think, shapes your body. So when your thoughts become precise and efficient, every thought is on purpose, your body starts to be purposely shaped. But if your thoughts are fluff, if your thoughts don't get to the point, then your body won't be as precise. So your thoughts are a huge, huge factor in all this. What's wrong with bro? Nothing. I'm perfect, living a good day. I love you guys. The 9 Duvan, 6. But I have to question your motives. Why fight? I'll answer all your questions if you have questions. I don't mind. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still alive, dude. But why fight? You have to understand. If a person's talking and the first thing they say is, "Nuh-uh," you're already coming from hostility. To talk to you, I would have to join you in hostility. Why would I go there? Just talk to me like a normal person, bro. Genetics are something that you can't. The only thing is I can say about genetics are they are distraction. That's it. If you think in terms of genetic, you'll always be weak. But when you understand that they're just a distraction, you can go way beyond. There's power. Power. If you got, share the live if you guys like what I'm saying. If you like vibing with me, if you like being here. I love you. Appreciate you guys. You look sad? Oh, don't be sad. Oh, thanks for all the gifts, y'all. Somebody asked if they could look like Ronnie Coleman. You have to understand, it's not a societal communication that we're trying to do here, but it's a mental exhilaration and elevation, right? If your mind thinks in terms of memes, then you won't have any power. Everything's a joke, everything's slapstick comedy, everything's the back of the hand. So I can look like Ron. So it's those people don't have anything. They're poor in their life. They really are poor. Not even financially, they might be financially, but like mentally, they don't have any power because they can't think straight. Because everything's an argument. Everything's a gotcha, told you so. They want to get you, and at the end of the day, they still have nothing. That's usually why people want to get you, because they don't have anything, so they're trying to get you. That's something to ponder on and think about. Yeah, why? Like, chill. Like, are you okay? Like, usually mad people are like that. They're like, oh, I can look like Ronnie Coleman. Things that have nothing to do with the conversation. Because they want to have you enter into a realm of like, why? Why are you fighting? Who is there to fight? We're at peace. We're at peace, homie. It's okay. You're safe. You're in a safe space. I am safe, bro. Like, you are safe with me. It's okay. I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not going to put you down. I'm not going to laugh at you. I'm not a bro who's going to pick on you or like make fun of you. Oh, you're not big enough. You need to get, that's not me, bro. I'm not that guy. Because that stuff doesn't elevate my mindset, so why would I do it? Let's have a discussion to where we grow and learn. We can think and become. That's what I'm talking about. Becky says, my son is 5'3" and is going through a growth spurt, but his insecurities are his puffy nipples. Will they go away? Well, the 5'3" doesn't matter as much as his age does. Okay, so the puffy nipples, right? I grew up with puffy nipples. I developed gynecomastia at the age of, I'm not going to say it because I want you to tell me your son's age first before I tell you that. But I had puffy nipples, gynecomastia. I went to the doctors and they did not help me. If I knew what I knew now, ooh, boy, I could have changed all this stuff, right? I could look way different. But I didn't know back then what I know now. So here we are. If you help your son now, before it's too late, his puffy nipples will go away. But if you do not help him now, depending on what his age is, then there is no guarantee. If you guys are liking the vibe of this, go ahead and share the live. So I've read about that. He's 13. He would love help so he doesn't have to have surgery. Yeah, 100%. Okay, cool. It's from Becky, right? I've had gynecomastia since I was 9. So at 9 years old, I started developing it. By 12, I went to the doctor. They said, oh, it should be away by the time you hit puberty. Guess what? It never went away. And it stayed on me. It's still here. Like, you could see how, my nipples are not small by any means. I don't hide. I actually have my hands behind my back so you can see them. I'm proud of who I am. Very proud. It's not my fault. I just didn't know. My parents didn't know. Obviously, the doctors didn't even know. But what's causing this irregularity in your son is hormonal balance from chemicals in his environment. These chemicals are destroying his hormones, his testes, his estrogen levels, his testosterone, everything up in his body. His body's confused. Your son is born a woman. Everybody's born a woman. Every body is born a woman. Man and woman are still born as a woman. And through, I think, the second at the end of the first trimester going into the second trimester, then they choose an actual gender, right? So your son has the innate ability to revert back and become more feminine than masculine. I'm not saying he's going to be a woman by any means, but what I am saying is he has inside of his DNA the ability to release more feminine traits, which are nipples, breast, and stuff like that. He won't grow a vagina or a uterus, but he can still grow breast. Now, if those chemicals stay in his environment, and he still continues eating what he eats, and wearing what he wears, and breathing the air that he's breathing, those nipples will not go away. It will only get worse. They will only get bigger as he grows older. So you need to make sure that you purify his environment and detox it. Because if you do, they will go away. His testosterone will rise. His estrogen levels will regulate. You don't want it low, you just want it regulated. And then he will be able to develop a nice masculine body as is normal for a young boy. So Becky, that's what you must do. You have to do it. And if you want more information, I have a whole guide on how to do this linked in my bio. So I'd love for you to join my team, my community, my family, and I even have a life school for you guys to join as well. So if you want more information, feel free to click the link in my bio and get your copy of the guide today. And once you get the guide, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. All right, next. Daisy sending TikToks. Thank you so much, Daisy. I love you, girl. Beautiful. I think I need it, 100%. It's going to help you and him. So the same thing that's causing him to have the nipples, right, is still in your environment too. You already have nipples, so you don't even know how it's affecting you. At least visually, we can see how it's affecting your son. But the worst thing is when you can't even visually tell how it's affecting you until it's too late. And this is where people get cancer, sickness, disease, all kinds of issues. So you want to make sure the invisible predator that's in your environment, destroying your body, you put on your goggles to be able to see it. It's in the form of chemicals, cologne, sprays, perfumes, all these different things, many different things. I list them out in my guide. So if you want more information, feel free to get that. I'm 5 foot. Noah says I'm 5'17". I'm cooked. Are you hanging out with cannibals, or like, what do you mean? Bro, I'm almost 40. Like, if you guys are trying to use terminology, I'm not like that, bro. Like, I'm good. Like, I say real words. I don't live in playland. I don't, like, oh my God, I'm not a kid, dude. I'm a grown ass man. I don't use cooked and whatever people use nowadays. I'm a grown ass dude, okay? I have 2 lovers. I'm semi-retired. Like, I'm good, bro. So just talk to me. Talk to me like a real person, and I'll gladly help you with whatever you're dealing with. Oh, Jake, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Rod says he means he's 17 and only 5 foot tall. Cool, awesome. That's great, man. I'm proud of you. I thought you had 3 lovers. I have 2 main lovers who have traveled the world with me, and I have many lovers who aren't here with me that I've had all around the world, from the USA to Canada to all in South America and even in Asia. I'm a very blessed man. I'm very loved. Do you have anything on anxiety from Ari? I gave a whole talk on anxiety like just 1 second ago. I can tap back into it just a little bit, but I don't want to spend too much time because a portion of this live was already on anxiety. I like to keep it going, keep it moving, keep it flowing, So, Ari, if you have anxiety, you have to ask yourself why. Why? 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 90% of everything that you encounter is a choice, and you're choosing to live in it. If you don't have the mental capability and capacity to be able to make a choice, then you are subject to whatever comes, and now you just have anxiety. Didn't even know that you accepted anxiety, or that your unawareness is allowing anxiety to stay. So you have to have the mental acuity to be able to detect in your environment what's the cause, because we live in reality. No matter what people want to do, they want to transcend, or they want to go to 5D, whatever. I don't even know the terms out there. No matter what people think in the spiritual realm, we live in a cause and effect world. You do this, this happens. Every single time, right? It might be a different variation, but it's most likely going to be like this. You create thrust, you're going to fly, right? You jump off a building and you have nothing to catch you, you're going to fall. We live in a cause and effect reality. And a lot of people can't deal with that. They can't deal with the way that reality works, but you have to at least accept that. Every action has a reaction. Every cause has an effect. So if you have an effect of anxiety, you have to detect the cause. What's causing this? And then once you do, now you have power to remove it. And guess what? Once you can see it, it doesn't become an issue anymore. So that's the main way. A big giant overviewing scape of how to get rid of anxiety and never live in it again. I understand it's not very detailed because everybody's situation is very specific. Yours might be your parents, it might be things in your environment, it might be being bullied in school when you were younger. It could be a million different things, but something's causing it. Like, no matter what the cause is, there is a cause. You just have to find it. Once you find the cause, it's easy to get rid of. If you want more help, feel free to get my guide linked in the bio. Join my school. I have a school that I help people get through this stuff with. Linked in bio. It's my Discord, my life school. And check out some of my other videos because I teach you how to breathe. It's going to help get rid of anxiety. Not get rid of anxiety, but at least not be overcome with anxiety. Aw, Jer says, boxing is my therapy. If I had emotions, I just keep it to myself. Therapy is the worst thing ever. It is a stain on humanity. So if anything is your therapy, guess what? That means you never solved the problem. It's still there. Therapy doesn't help anything. Therapy never gets rid of anything. It just helps you not be overcome by it. It's still there, but now it's not affecting you as bad. Therapy is the worst thing because it makes you seem like you're progressing, but it never actually gets rid of the issue. You still have it, and you live with it every single day. But when you understand this reality is cause and effect, you can find the cause and you can uproot it. You never deal with it again. You can actually fix the actual problem. So I would say don't have anything as therapy. The gym should never be your therapy. That's horrible. So detrimental, so harsh to your body. Boxing should never be your therapy. You're just repressing emotions. Eventually those emotions are going to build up and spill out, bro. Those repressed emotion that you're doing, that you're taking out through boxing, they're still there. You just used energy to kind of like as a release, but the factor's still there. Grow with that stuff long enough, it develops into diseases and issues. It could lead to cancer and all kinds of things. You want to become aware. You want to become aware. You want to have a mental acuity to where you can see the cause that's creating these things in your life, and cut the snake off at the head. Slay your dragon. Cut it off. Not the tail. Don't chop off a piece of its wing. No, cut that mother trucker by the head, so that dragon never pops up in your life again. That's how you deal with it. Not by going to therapy, or boxing is therapy, or the gym is therapy. Therapy is the worst thing for humanity. Deal with it once and for all. Ari says, definitely appreciate your advice. Thank you so much. 100% Ari. I know that this is going to give you more life. I'm all about life. I'm the life guy. When people see me, they know that I'm about deeper things. I'm about life itself. So the advice that I give is not for, oh, thank you. It's not for dealing with it. It's not for treating something. It's to get you set back on the course and the track of life itself. Everything I say is about life. You'll never hear me say, oh yeah, go work out. Oh yeah, here's a treatment. Oh yeah, here's a remedy. No. Those things still kill and destroy. But everything I say will always point you back to the train or the track, the pathway of life itself. So may you live, my friend. I love you. You're here to live. Man, I love you guys. Tickle My Fancy says, how are you for life when you are using steroids that shorten lifespan? Okay, there's two things with this person. The first is this. Why choose hostility? Why is your first approach to me like being hostile? Challenge. Why want to fight? Fighting's exhausting. You'll always find somebody to fight. There's nearly 8 billion people or plus in the world. There's an endless amount of fighting. Why bring that here? You can have peace. You can have love. But you bring allegations on things that you can't verify or say. So it makes no sense. I don't want you to fight. It's tiring. You're going to get worn out. Fighting will make you blind to the real issue that's destroying you. I'm not your enemy, homie. You don't have to fight me. I've never taken steroids, never done steroids. But the issue is not me, it's you. If you come with that energy and hostility, everybody you come in contact won't like you. No one's gonna like you. You can usually bet if a person is a meme or a troll online, they don't have many friends. I'm willing to be your friend. If you want. You may not want that, but if you want, I'm here. But your life is going to be a lot easier if you stop starting with allegations and start having a conversation. I love you, man. Vision, I love your name, man. It says, what do you eat? What do you typically eat in a day, and what are the nutritional values? Vision, awesome. Thank you for asking that question. I eat every 22nd day. So I eat pretty much every 3 weeks, one meal every 3 weeks. I'm not typical. I don't look like the typical guy. I don't talk like the typical guy. My life situation is nothing about me is typical. So the terminology that you use, I can't really correspond with it because nothing about me is typical. So, I eat once every 22nd day. Whenever I eat for about 7 hours. And I eat a lot of different things. I don't want to live a typical life because that's how you die. Whenever you start settling and living the normal life, that's whenever you start to age. You gotta stay stirred up. You gotta keep breathing the new. You gotta keep moving and operating in momentum and fluidity. Don't be typical. Remove that from your vocabulary and experience something fresh and new. Whenever I do eat, I eat an assortment of different foods. I counted one time, it was ranging over 160 different types of food. And they range from the ocean all the way to the air, a rainbow, and the alphabet. So I have more on that in my guide if you want like a detailed list, but food's not the main thing for me. It's not the main thing I focus on. I primarily focus on life. And I know that if life itself is my North Star, my guiding compass, I'll always be on the right track. But if I ever make anything else the main thing, like, food, working out, this or that, I'll get distracted and I can still lose my life. There's a lot of bodybuilders, nutritionists, people like that who still lose their life. They'll get sick and all this other stuff. So my focus is never the food itself. It's always what is life and what's going to give me the most life so I can live. And it just so happens that this stage, chapter, era, season of my life, I eat once every 22nd day, which is really cool. It's really awesome. Okay, this is crazy. Jacob says, my older brother suffers from schizophrenia and he becomes hostile. What do you recommend? Your older brother, okay? Give me a little bit more context, Jacob. How old is your older brother? Is he a grown adult? Is he 30? Is he 15 and you're 12? Like, do you guys live together in the same house? Who diagnosed him with schizophrenia? And what are the exact signs? Or is he just bipolar? Where are these things coming from? Has he always been like this? Or was it at a certain point in his life? Does he have a traumatic experience from childhood? Maybe he saw something very tragic and it led into this. So if you can give me some more context, I would love to talk with you. Can I start filming when I eat food? I eat once every 22nd day. And I want you guys to respect me. Since you guys eat every single day, I'm not a content creator. I don't want to make videos. I don't want to make, I'm not into that stuff. I'm not a social media person. I like connecting with people on social media and talking with people on social media, but I am not a food vlogger or a travel vlogger or somebody who just likes filming all this other stuff. I'm not into that stuff. This is not me. It doesn't make me happy to do it. It's burdensome. So therefore I don't do it. I just go live because live is what I'm about. I'm about life and fluidity and moving and you ask me a question, bam, I instantly answer it. There's nothing premeditated. I don't have a script written out. I'm not going to present you 3 steps to no. Like we're living right now in real time. I am a living being, and as we live, this is the answer right now. So, seeing as you now know that, I'm not a content creator. I'm not one to make content. I usually just chop up my videos like this, and that's where my content comes from. So, now that you respect me on that terms and you know who I am, I'm here. I'm a friend. I'm a lighthouse. I'm here just to talk and share with you guys and just share this is part of my life. This is as much as my life is going to go to content right here, right now in this moment. The moment the camera's off, I have a family. I have a life. And I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to live it. So, seeing that I only eat once every 22nd day, and eating brings so much joy and pleasure, It would be terrible for me to bring a camera in on the one moment a month, pretty much, I have to eat. And instead of enjoying that feast and the food, to start filming it and vlogging it and making content. Why would I do that to myself? It doesn't sound very healthy. It doesn't sound like a good relationship with myself or my family. Hey, lovely. And it doesn't sound like something that would bring me joy. So I'd rather not spend time with the one time I eat per month, pretty much, filming and making content. It just doesn't flow. It's just not natural. It doesn't. If I ate every day, oh yeah, hey, here's what I eat in a day. It makes sense. Like, I already do it so often. But since it's this one special time I have pretty much per month, I don't want to violate myself by exploiting me by filming all that I eat. I did have some food that I eat on my TikTok down, but you can tell I was not enjoying filming it. There was no smile on my face. I was just doing it to do it. So I stopped violating myself. Like, I don't violate. If I don't want to do it, I don't do it. So yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. They asked if I would just film when I eat.
Nah.
No.
Even for me, I'd be like, nah, just enjoy Michael.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So anyway, thank you guys for respecting me. I appreciate that. Lay made me some juice. This will be my first actual hydration I've drunk all day since last night around like 10 o'clock. So I haven't intaken any hydration really since yesterday at 10 p.m. And now it's today at 1:56, almost 2. So like 14 hours pretty much. That's tasty. It's beet juice and pineapple. Thank you guys for respecting me. I appreciate that. That's awesome. What's my thoughts on Christianity? That's a great question. If you guys are enjoying the live, feel free to click share this to your friends. These are just off-topic things that people don't usually think about or share, so I'd like to inspire the world with my life. Just this alternative way of living that might, inspire others to seek life. That's all I really want from people to seek life. My thoughts on Christianity. I think that it's the world's largest religion, from what I've studied, what I've heard at least. Ranging from over 2 billion people are in Christianity, some version of it. I'm not here to fight it. I'm not here to combat it. It's not my enemy. I used to be a Christian. I believe that there's very beneficial things in Christianity. And I believe that you can rise above it and that there's more beyond. So I think Christianity is great. It's a great starting point. It's a great way to get people into the spiritual and understand how to do things. We talk about fasting a lot in Christianity and spiritual things and healings. I'm all about healing and miracles and love and peace. So I think it's great in a lot of ways. It can be used as a weapon. It can be used as a form of mass psychosis. It can be used in any way that anybody wants to use it, but it's not the tool. It's the holder of the tool. So who is using the tool? That's what matters more than anything. Awesome, friends. Yes, bicep flex. Yeah, sure, man. Jack. You never knew your dad? Well, I mean, you have family here, man. I'm not your dad, but you have a brother here. My mic is off. I have a question of how do I keep my muscles fueled for if I fast for 21 days? So my response is, you have to see it like I see it. Because if you do, then you'll be able to do what I do. But if you don't harbor my mindset, you're not going to be able to do what I do. You have to, I don't think like me, I think in the realm of what I'm achieving. So if I want financial success, I think like a financial pro. That's a horrible example, forgive me. If I think like if I want financial success, I think like an institution, like a financial institution, like a bank or some sort of like loan firm, crediting firm, something like that, right? I gotta think in terms of debt, security, assets, things of that degree. If I want meditation and spirituality, I gotta think like in the frame of a guru. hang up a lot of people have is people are trying to achieve spirituality as a guru with their own mindset. You got to leave your mindset at the door and embody the mindset of the guru, of the financier, of the teacher, whoever, of what you're trying to do. So, if I was your teacher in all of this, to share with you how I go 22 days, 21 days and like 16 hours without eating food, you have to think of it as I think of it. I don't think of it as a fast. That's the number one rule. If I think of it as I'm fasting, I've already lost. That's it. That's one of the main key points. That's why you always hear me say, I'm not fasting. Because if you ever start thinking of it as a fast, you've already lost. It's a mind game. Most of this stuff is mental. So I'm going to break down for you my processes. I'm going to give you some of my terminologies. I'm going to give you my paradigm in the way I think. Because if you can onboard my mindset, then you can do what I do. But if you keep your mindset and just try to do my actions, you're going to face a lot of walls. Because you're trying to do it your way. You can't do what I'm doing your way. I don't even do it my way. I do it this way. I left my mindset to embody this stuff. So the first thing is never call it fasting. Because here's the thing. Fasting is determination. Fasting is willpower. If you ever use willpower, you've already lost. Willpower is finite. You don't have an infinite amount of willpower. Eventually your willpower will run out. And you'll get tired and you'll want to quit. So if you're using willpower, just give it some time and you'll quit. That's how I can outlast anybody. I can outlast because I know if they're using willpower, I've already won. My source is not willpower. I don't source myself from my determination in my mind that I'm going to hold on and grit and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Like if you would a plank, right? If you're holding a plank, you got to have willpower. You're holding the plank. You're using your mind as a willpower, as a fuel source. If I try to use willpower as a fuel source of what I'm doing, I'm going to run out. I've been doing this for over 4 years. I've been specifically prolonged eating, right? So I'll eat once every X amount of days for over 1.5 years now. I've been doing this. I eat once every 22nd day. I've been doing this style for over 1.5 years. So for almost 700 days, I've done this consistently. If I was using willpower, I would have stopped after 50 days. It would have been hard. But my fuel source is a different type of fuel source. I found a cleaner burning fuel source. I found a more efficient fuel source. And that fuel source is not willpower. So your terminology is very important because to fast lives in the realm under the umbrella of willpower. Fasting lives under willpower. You have to have willpower. You have to have mental willpower to fast because you're choosing not to eat. It's a choice. So therefore, as long as you're using willpower is finite, you're going to run out and then you're going to stop. So how do I go 22 days without eating? Well, first off, my terminology is very important. Second off, I built up to this. I didn't just do it overnight. I didn't just start it and say, okay, I'm going to go 22 days without eating. It wasn't even a desire, honestly. But I started very slow. I went from, this to that, to that, to that, to that. And I, over time, gained the ability. I go 22 days without eating. Or I eat every 22nd day. I eat every 3 weeks. Because I did it that way, my body had time to evolve to the ability to utilize energy in a more efficient manner to where I don't have a high demand for energy. So my body learned how to use limited amounts of energy very efficiently. So now I can do amazing things. And the energy I use to do those amazing things is so precise and so accurate that I waste no energy in the process. All my energy that I use to accomplish this goal is used for that. Meaning, if you have any energy escaping through your process of the action, you're going to waste energy, which is going to in turn make you more hungry. You can't waste any energy. Every unit of energy is crucial. It's so important. So you have to become efficient in optimizing and utilizing energy. If you can't, then you're going to get hungry. The reason I don't get hungry is because I don't waste any energy that I have. I don't complain, I don't fight, I don't get emotional. I pay attention to my thoughts and make sure that there's only thoughts in here that are going to actually move me forward. So if it does not add to my life and it takes from my life, I don't engage with it. And these things help keep my muscles fueled as I'm doing the fast. Now you're probably going to say like, oh, it's food, it's this, it's that. It's not the source of energy I intake. It's once I have the energy in my body, how am I using it? That's the most important thing. That's what 99% of people overlook. Well, bro, you have to eat. You have to eat. Everyone's thinking about getting the energy in, but they don't think, okay, once the energy's in, how is it being utilized in the body? I focus on that. How is the energy utilized in my body? Why? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? So that's the most important thing. That's how I do it. So I have a whole guide that I laid out for you guys on obtaining this type of lifestyle, living this way. I call it like living superhuman, living as a superhuman. So if you are interested in that, it's linked in my bio on my website. I have a summer sale right now, the end of summer. If you want to get on this lifestyle and start living this way by the end of this year into next year as a New Year's resolution, it's your chance right now. I would love for you to join me. I'd love for you to live as a superhuman with me. But there's some healing that needs to take place. So you got to get focused. It's all about focus. If you can't focus, it's a sign that your energy is escaping. Now, one person asked me, and I'm going to use this. So I'm going to see what time we have on here on the clock. I've been live 2 hours and 53 minutes. Fine, 2:53. Okay, I'm going to remember this at 2:53. This is when I answered their question. A person asked me, do I believe in feelings or emotions? So, they asked me, are emotions real? This was their question. Hey, are emotions real? Emotions themselves are fabricated by our perception as a response to what we believe. So no, they're not real. Emotions are not real. They happen, but they themselves are not real. Emotions are only dictated by what you actually believe. If you believe something, then you create the emotion, and that's whenever you experience it. If you believe your best friend stole your your Game Boy, I don't know what you guys have, okay, your phone, then you're going to create the emotion of anger, and you're going to direct it towards your best friend. Even if your friend didn't steal your phone, that emotion was created. 5 seconds later, you end up finding it in the bottom of your couch, under your cushions, because it just slipped out of your pocket and went in the cushions. So just 5 seconds ago, you were feeling anger, and now 5 seconds later, now you have some more evidence and you know the truth of what happened, and now the emotion's completely dissipated, and now you actually feel embarrassed. Now there's a new emotion created. So emotions themselves are not real, because you could be in an emotion this second and then in a different emotion this second. You can just time hop and be in different states and in different moments, meaning that these things were never real in the first place. They were all fabricated by your point of view, your perception, or whatever you believe. You do experience things, and you do have experience, but the emotion that you feel during it is completely made up by you and whatever you believe. You could be sad 1 second, just feeling down and low. You're sad. And then the very next second later, your friend can call you, hey, guess what? I'm in town, let's hang out. A friend you haven't seen in like 5 years. And then all of a sudden, the sad, low, depressed person is now happy and excited and looking forward to the future. Emotions are not real. This is why I always say happiness should never be your goal, because it's just something that you can create yourself. It's something that you're creating in real time. Once you master your mind, you can create whatever emotion you want. If I want to make myself angry right now, I could. If I want to make myself happy, I could. If I want to make myself sad or whatever. Because I understand how to master my mind, so therefore I can create anything. So are emotions real at the end of the day? No. They're not. So never let them rule you. Never let an imaginary thing rule you, because you are real. That's power. I hope you guys got that. If you guys are liking the live so far, make sure to click that share button, share this live. Let's get out to people. Let's have a good time. Let's just relate, connect. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Make sure to check out my store. It's linked in my bio. I have a couple resources on there. I have a meal plan. So if you guys want to start eating the way I do, it's vitamin A through mineral zinc, already prepared for you. I tell you even how to prepare, how to cook it, how to make it, and then even where to shop on some of the items. Because there are some exotic items on there. I also have the life guide, which shows you the step-by-step preparation of how to start living a life gearing for this type of way, to where you don't need substance anymore. You can go 10 days without eating food, 3 days without drinking water, and you're still not thirsty or hungry because you have built yourself up. I also have an herbology guide as well of different plants that you should be intaking at least monthly that can help curb cancer, tumors, epilepsy, diseases, sicknesses, viruses, bacteria, all kinds of stuff like that. And I even have my protocol, which is $4.99. And this is my top 12 things you can do right now to start living this life. It's only $5. So if you guys want something, but you don't have a lot of change in your pocket, that's something that you can get, apply right now, and start seeing immediate results. Love you guys. Thank you. All right, let's go. It's a registered video, not a live stream. By registered, you mean like with the government? What are you trying to say? Oh, a lot of people are talking about me. Guys, I'm right here. Talk with me. Let's have a conversation. Let's sup together. What is your favorite food? From Corey? Corey? Am I saying your name right? Cool name, I like it. Favorite food? Man, it really depends, man. I love grounded meat and cheese with some jalapenos. That is just super savory, salty. Oh, so awesome. I like mushrooms. Figs are great. I have a very specific type of fig that I like. And I even like medjool dates. I can eat those all day, every day. Oh. Yeah, those are some of my favorite foods right there. How to find a cause? I have problems with my joints. Okay, cool. If you have problems with your joints, there's a couple different issues. It's most likely your tendons that you're talking about, maybe not even your joints. It maybe might not be your bones. So I refer in my guide to at least once a month, at least minimum once a month, go and get a massage. You do that, it's going to change your life. Just that one massage. Now you should probably do this weekly. And you should probably make sure that you're having all your vitamins and minerals, like I mentioned. You should probably be doing your breathing and the movements that I recommend in the guide. But that one thing alone, that massage is going to help you tremendously. It's going to push out inflammation. It's going to stimulate circulation. It's going to help detox your body. It's going to make your joints feel a lot better. Plus, the energy of a loving person pressed against your body is going to cause so much healing, because energy does transfer. So make sure that the person who is doing it in love and professionalism, and it's going to do amazing things in your body. What else do we have? So where do I get the guide? This is from Stephen. Thanks for asking, Stephen. You can click my profile, and once you go there, into my profile, I have a link in my bio. The link is called theguide.life, which is my website. And once you're there, you can see all my products, and the guide is there. I have a physical copy of it, and I have a digital copy. Remember, it's not a book. It's not something that you read, it's something that you apply. So it's a step-by-step skill set, almost like a skill tree. And you live with this guide, and you read it every single day, and you try to apply there's about 600 plus different methods in there, and every week you're trying to apply a new method to obtain, and it gets you closer to living this type of lifestyle. So you can get that linked in my bio on my website. We have a discounted version for the digital copy. It's $100 off, so you can get it for $99. And you can get the physical copy for $130 plus $5 shipping, and we ship all around the world. It's not a book. It is not a book. Just like I don't fast, it's not a book. A book you can read, you're done. There's no way you could read this in a day and do it all in a day. It would take you some time to do this. I have people who have been doing it for 6 months and they're still applying new things. That's how vast this is. Beautiful. And what do we have here? Joshua, or Joskua. I like your name, man. You say, and you're talking to Daphne, you seem wise. Do you believe this? Are you willing to hurt yourself like this? Joshua, you are the same as the last person who I was talking to in the same manner. You're coming with hostility. There's no peace, there's no love. So why talk? I want you to live. I want you to have life. When you say hurt yourself, point to where the hurt is. How is this guy hurt? Where is the hurt at that you're talking about? Because remember, if you don't master your mind, you'll start living off these imaginary things in your head that aren't even real. And you're like, well, this person's hurt. Where? Is it my knee? Is it my heart? Is it my tongue? Is my tongue hurt? You can't find it because it's not real. Joshua, I love you and I appreciate you. Daphne has been following my channel for some time now. She's a very loved person here. And we have, conversed about many different things. So you're probably new. You're welcome here. I'm your friend. There's no need to be hostile. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. There are a lot of people who ask me questions on my live, but I'll do my best to answer yours. So thanks for being here, man. Christina says, okay. I just came across your live. Your physique is very impressive. Oh, and this is Christina. Christina, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. You're doing your thing. Heck yeah, man. Appreciate that. How would you cure arthritis? This is cool. This is from Corey. Corey, thanks for asking that question. I appreciate you, brother. The only way to do anything is to inhabit the paradigm or reality that brings those results. This is the easiest way. It takes the least amount of effort. It makes it automatic. You don't have to try. It comes by default. So when you live a life that's detrimental, it causes your body to deteriorate and you end up having diseases, illnesses, you have arthritis, stuff like that. So you have to stop being the person who lives in a way that causes and allows arthritis. Now, some of you may not believe me, but it's okay. There's been many people who have been healed by arthritis by living this type of lifestyle. So once you change the person that you are, and you are of a different nature, you're a different person. The way you are is different. Who you are is different. What you say is different. Then you live in a way to where you are regenerated. And that's when arthritis leaves. You don't cure it. You just stop living in it. Well, what's causing the arthritis? Most likely chemicals. That's a big thing. Lack of good nutrition. That's a big thing. Your mindset. Pollution in the air, in your environment, in your home. Not circulating. I attribute it to this. Life looks a very specific way. Hey. When you mimic yourself to what life is, you yourself come alive. But if you attribute yourself to death, which is the way of the modern man, like a lot of people nowadays, like you can have your luxuries and your riches, but they come at a cost, which is your health and your life. And you live this way, you end up deteriorating. That deterioration manifests as sickness, hypertension, viral sicknesses, disease, arthritis, chronic pain, stuff like that. And when you stop living the life of darkness, death, ignorance, unawareness, and you start living a life of understanding who you are, how you operate, what you are, and you just live in that realm, arthritis can't live in you. It's not something to cure. It's something that you need to shift out of because you're living. When you're living, how could you ever deteriorate? You only deteriorate if you're not living. You only contract if you're dying. You only break down if you're not being built up. So you gotta go the opposite side. You gotta be built up. You gotta expand. You gotta become aware. You have to know. You have to feel. You have to stop focusing on things that aren't life, all the distractions, and start focusing on things that are life, which is giving you life. When you do that, it happens by default. You don't have to try to cure anything. If you guys are liking this, make sure to share the live. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. You guys are beautiful and amazing. And let's freaking go. Advice for first day in the gym. All my people who are on the guide and who get the guide, I recommend them taking about 6 months away from the gym. Like, don't work out. You have bigger issues you need to focus on because you just don't know yourself yet. So if you're trying to get something that's secondary, but you haven't learned what's primary, you're going to end up distracting yourself and eventually hurt yourself. So I always recommend, hey, just the gym will be there when you're done, okay? Like go ahead, just take some time away and do these methods that I recommend in the guide, learning yourself with the meditation and the breathing and everything else, and learn yourself at a deep core level. And when you do this, you become so efficient in your power that what other people need 30 reps to achieve, you achieve in 1 rep or even half a rep. Remember, I haven't been to the gym in 5 years. I don't work out. I don't do push-ups or sit-ups. I don't do anything like that. I barely even move. I moved today on the live. That's how I start this live. But besides that, I'm pretty sedentary. But because my body's so efficient, I don't atrophy. I grow muscles. I keep the right amount of muscles. And my body's sustained because it's the way of life. When you live in life, you just naturally have it. What people have to work hard for, you can just have automatically by default. So you gotta center yourself and focus, what's the way of life? And then go down that path. That's everything I'm about. That's what I teach. It's who I am. It's what I do. It's the only thing I want. Nothing else is really important to me except for living. So if it ever takes away from my life, I don't really focus on it. So the gym is one of those things. Oh, why have so much hostility? Hashtag free gang. Like, I'm here, I'm your friend. Just talk to me, man. If you think what I'm saying is ridiculous, share with me. Just talk to me. Because I would say, yeah, it's ridiculous. But I can't deny the way I look, and no one can. I'm a physical being that looks like this. And I don't do sit-ups, I don't do push-ups. I eat once every 22nd day. I haven't been to the gym in 5 years. I don't take supplements. I've never taken steroids. Yeah, it's ridiculous in theory, but I'm doing it in practice. So everything I'm saying is things I've actually applied and I've done. I'm not just speaking. I am the physical result of everything I'm saying, and I can't be denied because I'm real. Your eyes are beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. I really appreciate that. All right, we have a lot of stuff coming in. Thank you so much, guys. If you like all this content and you like this way of life, it's alternative. It's not the norm. It's not what everybody's preaching to you because I'm not really about that stuff. I have found that when you're not living life, you start to age. You get wrinkles. You get bags under your eyes. You get a bunch of grays, you are lethargic and tired, you don't have energy anymore, your beauty starts to fade. I'm obviously the oldest I've ever been, but besides being a teenager, I'm the youngest I've ever looked. I have no wrinkles. There's no filter, there's no pop, nothing like that. There's no filter. I have reversed my issues in my health. My aging has gone away. And I'm the oldest I've ever been, and I'm the best I've ever looked. I'm the youngest I've ever looked, and I'm almost 40. I don't use skincare products. I don't wash my face. There's just natural things inside of you that do all this stuff automatically. And if you can just center yourself back on life, you'll have it by default, and it's so much easier. I'm about the easy way, because your body is already prepackaged with everything it needs to live. But if you don't understand your body, you'll fight for these things and try to buy these things and try to manipulate yourself to have these things when really they came prepackaged in you. You just haven't read the instruction manual. So when you read the instruction manual, you can have the symmetry and everything else. Stop aging. Aging is just a sign that you're living life wrong. But once you live life right, your skin gets plump again. Your skin has a glow. You have a perfect, even skin tone, no pigmentation or discoloration. These things are inside of you, and I'm teaching you guys this day. So if you guys like the information, then feel free to click the share button and let's get this information out there. Also, if you want more resources on this, you can visit my website. I'm going to be putting some articles up soon, but I also have things like the guide that's on there. You can get that. I also have a protocol for like $5. So if you want the 12 top steps of what I consider to do right now today, they're on there. And I'll give you one of the things that's on there is pooping. Yeah, that's right. Gross, huh? You're pooping wrong. If you're sitting on a toilet, you are pooping wrong, and that's leading to you smelling bad, aging faster, having pimples and discoloration in your skin and poor skin quality, and also weight gain, just from that one thing right there. So go ahead and pick it up. It's linked in my bio. Get yourself the protocol today. Awesome. What do we have next? All right. When do you eat? I think in like in a week, 7 more days, something like that. 7, 8 more days, somewhere in there. Daphne, thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it. Aww. I do have to say, because I see Hattie from NC is asking questions. You have to watch out for misinformation on the internet, especially from people. Joska, I don't even know this person. This is their first time on the live. I've been going live for 2 years plus, probably over 2 years now, somewhere in there. I've never seen the person on the live. So any information they say about me, I have no idea who this person is. So, you know, don't be so quick to take information from strangers about other people. I'm right here, just ask me. I'll tell you. I know me probably better than the random person on the internet. So just as a wise person to another, wise person, go to the source. It's always better. Awesome. Motivated Mystic asked, elaborate on your fasting schedule, please. Well, I want to go ahead and give you power. I only want to speak in power. That's it. If it's not power, I don't want to speak in it. I don't want to speak in anything else. So living in power, I have to be honest with you. I don't consider this fasting because there's a principle that's with it. When you think fasting, you have to use willpower. And again, like I said earlier, if you use willpower, you've already lost. You have a finite amount of willpower. You're going to burn out. So in that manner, I don't fast because there is absolutely zero willpower that I use to do what I'm doing. I avoid willpower at all cost. The moment I feel willpower stirring up, I have to convince I get out of it. It's going to age you. It's going to degrade you. It's going to tear you down and suck your energy from you. The people who use willpower the most have the biggest bags under their eyes, and they're tired, and they're fried, and they're honestly tired of doing what they're doing, but they can't say that because this is probably their moneymaker. So I personally avoid using willpower as much as possible. There's times I have to use it because there's just instant situations where things need to happen, but the moment I can let off the gas of willpower and go back to the other part of my life, that's whenever I do it. So because there's no willpower in what I'm doing, I don't consider this fasting. Fasting, you have to tell yourself, you have to be determined, you have to have discipline. It's not this. I use no discipline on myself whatsoever. There is no discipline I use in my life. There's no, if you're using discipline, you are using a junky fuel source. It's very damaging and detrimental. It's very harmful for the body. You're going to end up hating what you do if you use discipline. Unless you're just like a masochist or like a sadist or whatever it is. The person who likes pain, whatever that person is. I think it's a sadist. That's not me. I don't like pain. I'm the opposite. I love euphoria, pleasure, love, peace. And living in these things makes it easier so I can stay consistent in what I'm doing. So as long as I feel good in what I'm doing, why would I ever stop? You'd only stop what you're doing if it doesn't feel good. But if you can make yourself feel good in what you're doing, you can keep doing this seemingly forever. You have an infinite amount of energy if it feels good. So what I do is not fasting whatsoever, but I have utilized my body to become so efficient in the way that I use energy that I can have a little bit of energy spread over a long period of time. So I eat once every 22nd day, but my body is so efficient in utilizing energy, how I move, how I think, and everything else, that out of that energy that I intook, I can utilize that for a long duration of time. And I don't get hungry. So therefore I'm not hungry, I don't eat. And that's where all this comes in and comes about. That's how I utilize this. But you have to have this mind. If you don't have the mindset that I have, you're going to approach it through fasting. And if you do, you're going to hit a wall. And I don't want you to hit a wall. It's a lot easier than that. By the way, not eating food is not my goal. It's not what I'm trying to do. It's not like, oh, let me avoid eating food. Food's great. Food's good. It's not my goal to not eat food. My real goal is life and what's going to make me more alive. And that's what I move towards. That's my North Star. That's my compass. That's my guiding light. So I'm always looking towards life. And now that I have more life, my body's more efficient. Since it's more efficient, I actually need less food. If I ate too much food, it would bog my body down and I have less energy. So because I've lived so long looking at life itself, my body has utilized and optimized its ability to utilize energy. I don't need food every single day, and I feel better. That's how I do it. So if you want more information, feel free to click the link in my bio. I have more resources there. I have a protocol for $5 you can get. Or if you want a detailed, introspective, exhaustive, mapped out plan and a step-by-step process, I have the guide that's on there as well. I have a digital copy and a physical copy on my site, so you can go check that out. Also, since we're talking about fasting and not eating, I also have a meal plan on there as well. So the only way to get where I'm at is you have to eat. It's important. You can't get to where I'm at by not eating. You can only get here by eating. I know it's like a paradox. How do you not eat for 22 days, 21 days? Well, you have to eat. By eating, you bring yourself to the ability to not eat. You have to eat. So I have a meal plan on there as well. So if you want that, feel free to click it. Anyway, if you guys are liking this live, make sure to click the share button, put it out there. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. We definitely went up. I had 18 viewers when I first started. Now we have 134. So thank you for being here, guys. I love you. Frankie says, how do you change your mindset to be more positive? That's great. Frankie has such a great question because it's directed towards something that you can get from. You can never get from negative. Listen to what I'm saying. This is very powerful. You can't get from something that's negative. If your bank account is negative, you can't take from negative. It's an imbalanced source. You're in a deficit. You have to get out of the red, go into the black, and then be in the green. Be positive before you can even take from. So if your bank account's negative, living in negativity, you have nothing to add. So everything negative that's not looked through a positive scope doesn't add to you, but it takes from you. And it's your choice now at the end of the day. How long are you going to let this thing take from you? It's taking your life, it's taking your time away from your family, it's taking your health, it's taking your energy. It doesn't matter what happens, it's the way that you choose to look at it. Now, I have recently been starving myself of all negative content because I've seen an increase, a huge increase of negative content lately, especially on YouTube, of people who are complaining. They're complaining about Star Wars or video games or Andrew Tate or Paul, like but so many commentary is about the complaint of 2024. I just had to stop listening to this. It doesn't serve me. You know, I don't want to start calling people, well, Candace Owens, you know. Phil Leon is one, the Penguin guy. Who else commentates on stuff? Most people on YouTube I found are complaining. They're not giving anything to me. So how can I continue to live in that? How can I continue to allow that? So I just cut it off. I just don't even listen to it anymore. I'm like, I'm good, bro. Like, today it's about Donald Trump. Tomorrow will be about, so it's just like, so now I try my best to only fill myself with things that are advancing me. And I question it, like, is this actually pushing me forward? And I look at people's comments too, like, is this comment that these person's saying actually pushing the conversation forward? Or are they just complaining? I think because we have so much access to media that's complaining, most people are indoctrinated by the complainers and they think that their complaining is actually adding to it when really it's just taking away from. Because remember, you can't be at a negative balance and then take out money. If your bank account's negative, you can't take anything from it. So if somebody here states something that's negative, what can be taken from it? Nothing. Can't learn, doesn't help anybody, doesn't push the conversation forward, doesn't heal the body. So since my goal is to be completely effective in everything that I do, I can only focus on the positive. So I have no other choice, in a sense. I back myself into a corner to only focus on the positive, because that's the only thing that's going to give a result. I'm serious about my results. Man, there's a lot of comments coming in right now. I had to go back up because a lot of comments came in. Oh, would your guide help with hypothyroidism? Yeah, there were a couple people who had thyroid issues. One had, I think they had Hashimoto's actually. And the guy was able to help it because your hyper, it doesn't matter. Hashimoto's, it does not matter. The reason your thyroid is acting the way it is because it's reacting to something. There's a reaction happening. Whether it's in your environment, what you eat, what you're not eating. But once you create an environment that supports life, your thyroid regulates. It goes back to normal. I had people get off their medication after 20 years of being on thyroid medication. They were able to get off finally. Because it's not about your thyroid. Your thyroid's only the response to the environment that you live in. So if your environment is carcinogenic, causes cancer, it's sick, it's polluted, it's poisoned, how could you ever expect to have a healthy thyroid? You can't. If you live in a polluted environment, a toxic environment, not like mainstream toxicity, toxic masculinity or not that, but like literally like there's poisons in your environment, Raid, colognes, perfumes, candles, stuff like that. How could you ever expect your body to thrive if everything around you is toxic? You have to create the environment that conduces life. It's conducive of life. It produces life. And then guess what? By default, your thyroid just gets better. Your thyroid being healthy is a byproduct of you actually living. So you want to make sure you start to live. So that's going to help you. So will the guide help with that? Yes, it will, 100%. Ari says, it's the quality of life. Honestly, I feel bad for people who live on military bases. Ari, I'm going to help you because we're going to grow together as a unit. We're a family, Ari, you and I. If you feel bad you're putting out negative energy. How is that helping? It's only adding to the problem. So if you care about the people on military bases, put out good energy. I believe that the people on military bases are going to thrive. They're going to feel good. They're going to get their stuff in order, and they're going to cleanse their environment. They're going to be healthy. Like put out good. Or if you really feel for them, go talk to them. Go find people on military bases and tell them, hey man, just make sure to steer clear away from this. It's a lot more better than saying you feel bad. Because remember, you can't get anything from negativity. Like it's not adding to the conversation. So you want to feel good. Be proactive. All right, what do we got next, guys? Thanks everyone for being here. If you do like this, make sure to click that share button. Let's get this out there. Tap on the screen, give some hearts to it. And this is not your average information. This is an introspective look at an alternative lifestyle that actually, I would say, is the source of life itself. So if you guys are liking this information, make sure to click that share button and make sure to tap on the screen and give us some hearts. Love you. Sure, Lloyd. I want to approach you correctly. But I even ask myself, should I even, acknowledge you? I love you and I care about you, but I do have to say, if you come in hostility, right? If your intention's always hostile, maybe because I have brown skin, maybe you're racist, I have no idea. Maybe it's because I'm fit and you're like, well, maybe it's because what I hear is just so counter to what you've heard before. Maybe it triggers you to feel a certain way. I don't know, there could be many things. But nothing I say is to offend you personally. I'm not here to say, become introspective, and whatever intention you're setting forth and stepping with, that's the energy that you're going to end up eating. So if it's offense and you're spouting things, it's like, I'm not affected by it, but you are. Change yourself. Instead of saying like, oh, misinformation, just say, hey, how did you come to that conclusion? Or did you have anybody who was healed through this? Or, maybe could you provide a testimony or something like that? I'm here to talk to. But if you guys just talk about me, like you're not talking about, you're just talking to yourself. Because I'm here to talk with people. So please talk to me, man. I'm here. Alex says, I'm a big back and I know it. 6'6", 295. All right, man, totally. Do your thing, man. Low-key, you kind of look like Jay Cutler. That's a first. It's probably the ears and the hat. Like when Jay Cutler would have a hat on, his ears would poke out. And he had a very sharp chin. Big dude. Huge. LP says, don't worry, people have so much hate. I have compassion for people. And I don't want them to be that way because it's very harmful for themselves. I'm here to heal people. I'm here to love people. I'm here to help people. And one of the things that causes so much sickness is pessimism, is being, cynicism, negativity. Like, it just hurts them, man. Like if I'm here to heal this person's Hashimoto, right? If I'm here to help this person with arthritis, a big contributor of all those things were once being negative. And if you stay negative long enough, life is going to humble you, and then you're going to need help, and you can't be negative towards the people who's going to help you. So one thing about that I want to share with people is like, man, you got to stay positive. Like, look on the bright side. Like, talk. Like, have a conversation. Let us converse and elevate ourselves. That's what this is the most enlightening channel on TikTok. Bold enough to say, because we're here to elevate. Like that's it. If you buy my guide, cool. If you join my school, cool, awesome, amazing. But we're here to talk. We're here to have a conversation, a dialogue. I'm not here to have a monologue. I want to talk to you guys. If I want to just talk to you, I can make a video and just post it. But I'm here to talk with you because we sup together, we eat together. I understand everyone's coming from a different place in life, but if I can understand you, then we can create a bridge and we can grow together. And that's what I want. I want us to grow together. Okay. Key says, I'm 6'3", 175. What are some tips on gaining muscle? All right, Keith. I'm going to say this. This is what I'm going to share with you guys. This is going to help you out a lot, Keith. I'm never one for forcing the body. You never want to force the body to gain muscle. If the body's not gaining muscle, there's something that's going on to where your body has to use the energy it would have used to sustain muscle, muscular development, into healing or sustaining so you don't get sick and die. So if people are always underweight, I'm like, well, there's a greater issue of why you can't hold on to weight. Usually poisons in the environment and stuff like that. So if you don't look at this very evident clue that your body's trying to tell you and you just go towards gaining muscle, you're going to get sicker faster. You might gain some muscle in the next 5 years by, and taking creatine, working out, but sickness will arise shortly after that, maybe 10 years later, 20 years later, that like, oh my God, now I have cancer. I didn't see that coming. Well, your body was trying to tell you by not holding on to weight. Your body was in such a volatile state, it purposely wouldn't hold on to weight so it can make sure that you don't get sick. But if you never listen to what your body's trying to tell you of why the weight won't hold on, then you don't know if you're going to get sick or not. So we have to heal that part first, which most likely is cleansing your environment, cleansing your internals. And then once you do that, your body will naturally start putting on weight automatically. I gained probably almost like close to 10 pounds naturally after I started living this lifestyle. And I gained muscle and I have not worked out. That's the crazy part. I'm about 10 pounds heavier and I haven't worked out. My body naturally gained the muscle. My body naturally led me into it. My body naturally regulated itself because I worked with it. I wasn't forcing it. I wasn't harsh on it. I just let it do what it does. So Keith, your answer is to heal yourself first. Find out why your body's not holding on to weight. And then after that, you can start adding stuff. If you want more information on that, I have information on my website. I have resources on there that you can use. And then once you heal yourself, your body will start packing on the weight automatically. Yeah. Awesome. All right. One last question. I'm going to go. I've been live probably over 3 hours. We have Nora says, how do you curb hunger when you're fasting? Awesome, Nora. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. What a great question. Nora, where are you from? Are you from Indonesia? I want to know where my live is being broadcasted to. Are you from Indonesia or are you from another place? I see your hijab, so I was thinking. Oh, Daphne, thank you so much for the hearts and the kisses. Thank you so much. London. Okay, cool. You're in London. All right. I'm currently in Indonesia, so there's a lot of hijabs here. So I saw that. I'm like, oh, am I actually being broadcast here to the local area? That'd be cool. They probably couldn't understand me because I speak English. Well, how do you curb hunger when you're fasting? How do I curb? Because you asked me specifically, right? For that simple reason, I don't fast at all. So if I feel hunger, I understand that I'm hungry, so I eat. Now, I know why I eat. I know the purpose of eating. So I don't eat for pleasure. I eat with purpose. I want every bite that I intake to be on purpose, for purpose, with purpose. And if I do that, then guess what? I do it correctly. And then you shouldn't get hungry. But if you eat to eat, or you just go to a restaurant, or you're eating for the pleasure of it, guess what? There's no fulfillment in that, and you're hungry an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours later. Especially if you're fasting and you're going days without eating, you feel horrible because your body's breaking down and it's dying. This is why I never recommend fasting. Because if you fast and you feel that, that's a sign that you shouldn't be fasting. If you ever get hungry, it's a sign that you should eat. So the main thing I teach you and tell you is to listen to yourself. If you're hungry, that means you need to eat. So do what your body's saying. If you're sleepy, that means you need to go to sleep. Because if you listen to what your body's saying, you'll have the fittest, healthiest body you can possibly have. The problem is, people don't listen to themselves. We're in a day and age to where people aren't even listening to the very thing that's talking to them, their body. Crazy, I know, yeah. They want to go on a regimen or a routine or something like that, but really you should just be listening to yourself, and if you listen to yourself, then you'll do everything you need to do. If you just feel antsy, you feel like moving, get up and move. If you feel hungry, eat. If you feel sleepy, sleep. If you feel thirsty, drink. Now there are levels to this. The reason you're feeling hungry is because you're lacking something. That's the main reason. And you're not hungry because you're missing mass. You're not hungry because You don't have mass in your stomach, right? Like, okay, I need to put mass in there. I need to eat some nachos and just fill my stomach up. That isn't going to stop hunger. You might not be hungry for like an hour, but guess what? An hour and a half, hey, it's time to eat again. And now you see all these people walking around with a bloated belly, they have these big guts. They're hungry all the time, but yet they have this gut. How are you hungry when you have the gut? Because what is in the gut isn't what the body wants. The body wants something different. And if you give the body what it actually wants, guess what? The hunger goes away. And if you keep giving the body what it wants, you just stop getting hungry altogether. Now I go 22 days without eating, and I'm not hungry because I keep giving the body what it wants. Your body wants very, very, very specific things. And again, I'll take it back. This is why I don't fast. Because if I'm fasting, then I'm neglecting what my body's saying. But because I don't fast, I look to what my body's saying and I do that, then I just don't eat because I'm not hungry. It's a different method to approach this life by. And if you do it right, you actually gain health from it. If you fast, you end up like having your life sucked from you. Like people who fast, intermittent fasting is okay, right? But if you like prolonged fast, like a lot, like people who do that, like they really have the life sucked from them. It's not a very attractive look. But whenever you do it right, you end up not being hungry and you don't eat, but you still look plump, you still look full, you look young, you look vibrant, you look like you're full of vitality. And that's when you know you're doing it right. So I have a lot of information on my website. So if you guys want to go check that out, feel free to. I have the guide on there. I would commend you guys to get that. I would implore you to look into it, go get the guide. I also have a life school as well, my Discord community channel. So go check out my life school, join my life school. We talk about these things and how to obtain higher levels of life through health, nutrition, wealth, even finances and relationships as well. I also have training courses on there on the Discord community with the membership. I have a meal plan on the website as well, an herbology guide, and I have something for everybody. It's a 12-step protocol that everybody can do today on sale for $5. So if you guys want that, go check it out. I love you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. This has been an amazing live. Make sure to check out all my other channels on my Instagram and even here on TikTok, and check out my other videos. And I will see you guys next time. I love you so much. I'll see you guys soon. Wait, one more fit check before we go. Let's do it. Love you guys so much. Here we go. Haven't worked out in 5 years. Eats once every 22nd day. Doesn't atrophy, but feels great, looks young, and living in power. Every human has this ability, and I'm going to teach it if you follow me. Let's go.